Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games. And today we're going to be unboxing the second expansion for HeroQuest, both the classic and the new one, Return of the Witchlord Quest Pack. Now, this originally came out in 1991 and was the second expansion pack for the original HeroQuest game. It is very hard to find, and it's also very expensive to find. So when Avalon Hill re-released HeroQuest and re-released some of the expansion packs, it was nice to see that these are available again. Now, we checked with the Color Keep video that you can check out here that these pieces are indeed compatible with the old board, which is what I have here. So when I unbox this, I'll put some of the pieces on the board and you can see yourself how they match up or don't match up. But essentially it is the exact same as the old HeroQuest expansion, except of course it's brand new and possibly about 3/4 cheaper. Now that's not to say that this is a cheap, expensive expansion kit. It's still about €50, which is saucy enough, but it is predominantly the miniatures that you are paying for. So with no further ado, let's open this box and see what we have inside. So unboxing the game for the very first time, we are greeted with the quest book. Now, I believe it had 10 quests. So we have here, of course, the Alchemist Shop, which comes with the same potions as in Keller's Keep, so it's a repeat of those items. You have, of course, the contents list, which is fine. You have some new little bits and pieces of rules, a message from Mentor. So this is the man who gives you the quest. You have here, of course, the 10 quests. So there's 10 of them. I won't dwell on them because I don't want to spoil things for people, but you have the Gate of Doom, the Cold Halls, the Silent Passages, the Halls of Vision, the Gate of Belthor, Halls of the Dead, the Forgotten Legion, the Forbidden Caves, the Last Gate, and finally the Court of the Witchlord, the target that you were there to try and destroy. Now we have here, of course, Mentor talks about the conclusion, and you have some new artifact references. So we have some spell scrolls here again. We have a repeat of the magical throwing dagger, but there's some new items like the rabbit boots, the dust of disappearance, the armband of healing, and the anti-poison quill. So we'll have a look at those when we look at the cards. And again, of course, if you want to create your own dungeons, you can do so here with this little template. So this is nice to see because it's if you're young and this is one of your first board games, your imagination will run wild and you will be able to kind of create your own dungeons and adventures. So it is similar in Keller's Keep in that it has that option. The tokens themselves are fairly nice. It's thick enough cardboard. We have some secret passages here. We have some blockings. We have some pitfalls. We have a new kind of ring. We have coffins that are here, and we have what I believe is the Witch Court here. As you can see, the throne for the Witch King is here, and we have two new interesting icons here. So I'm going to put this to one side, and we'll see, for example, how the coffins fit on the actual board. Now, as you can see, it is just a shade too big, so it just goes. It creeps up on it just that little bit too far. So it's just a tad too big for the game, but nevertheless, it's not something that is game breaking. You can work around it. However, the big Witch's Court itself, I would imagine, would probably be far too big for this. I'm just going to have a quick look. I believe the Witch's Court goes in the center. So as you can see here in the center, there's just not enough room around the edges. So if you were using the original HeroQuest board, which is what I have here, and say you just wanted to get the Return of the Witch King, it's not the end of the world, but as you can see, it just doesn't quite fit. Now, I mean, you can make it fit, or you could, just put up with it, but the game itself really is not that it's incompatible, but it doesn't fit 100% with the original HeroQuest game. So if you wanted to just buy the actual expansion kit and use it with your original HeroQuest game, you could in most cases, except for possibly the last dungeon, because the tile that goes on top is just that bit too big. Not unplayable big, but annoying big. And we have here the actual minis themselves. Now there's nothing new here, unfortunately. The minis are still lovely. I mean, these were a great improvement over the original ones, but there is nothing new here. So these are the same molds that we have in the original new HeroQuest game. So you get a lot of skeletons, you get a lot of mummies, and you get some zombies, which are, you know, they're fine, they're nice. And you have the 2 dungeon doors, which are the exact same as the 2 dungeon doors in Keller's Keep. So just to let you know, they use the same mold for both expansions. And finally, we'll have a quick look at the cards, as long as I put the doors back correctly in the right spot. So, oh yes, of course, as you can see here, the minis are just a fraction too big, but it's not unplayable. So if you do want to, say, supplant your minis or just replace some of the minis, it is an option if you have the original board game. So, opening up the cards, we will have a quick look here. So these are some of the new ones. We have the Anti-Poison Quill, which restores any of the owner's body points lost by poisoning if used immediately. May only be used once. So that's an interesting one. Armband of Healing restores 2 body points once per quest. If the wearer's body points are reduced to 0, use immediately. So that's an interesting thing to actually pick up, especially if you're the barbarian. You have the Dust of Disappearance. If tossed on any hero, this dust allows that hero to move past any monsters encountered on their next turn. May only be used once. Now that's an interesting thing. If you wanted to go in, trigger the boss, and get out, it would allow you to funnel a lot of an army into a kind of a singular kill zone. So, for example, if there's a door here, you could have one hero here, one hero here, one hero here, and anything that makes its way through the door just gets popped. You have the Magical Throwing Dagger, which was the same in Keller's Keep. It's a range attack that you can use once. Rabbit Boots is new. To jump over 1 discovered trap per turn, roll anything but a black shield and 1 combat die. We have some spell scrolls, so we have the usual heal scroll. We have the Pass Through Rock, where it can be cast on any one hero, including yourself. That hero may then move through walls in their next move, and they may move through as many walls as their dice roll allows. Now this is interesting, because there was a wind spell in the original HeroQuest that was very similar to this. You have the Ball of Flame, so you can do 2 points of damage on a monster. You have the Courage, which allows you to roll extra combat dice. You have the Spell Scroll, which is Fire of Wrath, so you can cast on any one monster blasting with flames, and does 1 body point of damage. And these, of course, are the Alchemist's cards, so that you can buy in between quests, including a Potion of Battle, allows you to reroll 1 die. The Potion of Dexterity gives you an extra 5 movement points. Potion of Restoration, it allows you to restore a body point and a mind point, and a Venom Antidote that stops you from being poisoned. So that, ladies and gentlemen, was the expansion kit for Keller's Keep. Now, fortunately, the cards fit in nicely here. So the monsters, of course, go back into their allotted slots. And one thing I should say, actually, is these seem to let the pieces in and out a lot better. The new version of the HeroQuest, it was a bit of a battle to get some of the minis out, but at least with these new inserts, it's a lot less cumbersome. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is everything that's in the Return of the Witchlord quest pack. You have 10 quests. You have a load of minis that are similar to the ones that you already have, and you have new kind of cardboard pieces that are loosely compatible with the old game, but not 100%. So, as always, if you enjoyed this little unboxing, please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff, and until next time, good luck, God bless, and stay safe.